Yep.
It just like it was one or two people. 7,000.
What's good, YouTube? Let's hit y'all with this quick live real quick. Me and my lady discussing the Nightingale scam. Look, my baby ain't even a nurse, but she outraged.
Right. It's a disrespect for the profession.
She outraged, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm not outraged.
We know.
I'm just not because I feel like
Because they tax the intellect.
I feel like it was. I feel like this that what this scam did was prove my whole point of what I've been saying this whole time. Remember when I told y'all? Remember when I told y'all that 12 months for nursing school? And I'm going to tell you the real reason why so many nurses are outraged. I'm going to give you the real reason. It's not the fact, I'm sure it's some that are legitimately upset that, you know, they've been practicing, then go through school or whatever. But the real reason that a lot of nurses are so mad and outraged about this is the reason right now I'm about to tell you. Y'all hit that like button for me real quick.
What's the reason?
The reason is what I've been saying since day one. The length of nursing school is absurd. And this actually proved my point. It did. Now, I'm a real nurse. I went to school. I went through the process and everything like that. I did it all. Took the NCLEX.
Ooh.
And even though, paid the money, did the schooling, I get why nurses are, I get it. I get why they outraged. I understand it. I do. It makes sense. Was that extremely stupid of those 7,600 people? Yeah, that was dumb. But at the same time,
They shouldn't have did it.
this is why I say an LPN class or LPN school should not be 1 year.
But it builds the foundation.
It builds the foundation, but it goes to show
It's
you.
just like saying we shouldn't have to go to school for 12 years.
Should you? This is the debate now, and they and the reason they trying to really hop on
I
top of
gotta
this,
go to school for 6.
right, right. So it's not even about what they did. It's people are starting to look at the length of time that it's taken, and all the money that it's taken, and people are like, oh no. People been practicing for years with these fake licenses.
Jesus help us.
Now here's what they not gonna release though. They're not gonna release the amount of incidents that took place
Let me find
with the
out.
fake nurses. That's what they're not gonna do because
That's probably why that lady couldn't get no blood that day.
because she was a fake nurse. They're not gonna release that because if it comes out that there were no incidents of patient harm with the fake nurses, that is going to be a awful look for the schools.
Somebody telling the nurse, "Oh, go take this or look at this body part." They don't even know what it is.
That's why I say an anatomy class is important. Anatomy and physiology. That's why I say, as far as the LPN role is concerned, I think you need about 3 months of class time.
But none of them
Straight class time.
They just LPNs. They not RNs.
It's RNs too. Yep, RNs too. Um, and then when I was at the program, the bridge, maybe an additional two, 3 extra months of class time. But this is why they're upset because the amount of blood, sweat, and tears. Now imagine you somebody that took a class, failed a class a bunch of times. You dig? Then, not only did you fail, you finally pass. Then you go in, boom, you take the NCLEX. You fail that. I know people that have failed the NCLEX like 5 or 6 times. Now imagine a person, a fake nurse who paid 15 grand for a diploma, coming in to take to take the NCLEX and pass on the first try. That gotta burn. That's the outrage. That is the outrage. That gotta burn. That will burn me. But I tell you what though, and I'm not co-signing what they did. They was absolutely stupid. But I tell you what, I would not pay 15 grand to be in their shoes right now. Oh, because they coming for them. They are coming for them. Yes, they are. But ladies and gentlemen, I can guarantee you, a lot of people are not worried about them having a base. Because let's keep it real. You learn 90% of the skill of nursing on the floor. It just is what it is. And that's just what it is. You can't deny that.
So
People try to, but it is what it is. So it makes people question. It exposes the business of education. Education is $1 billion business. Healthcare is $1 trillion business. You better wake up. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It should be. We listen. We are in a capitalist society. People should be able to make money. Businesses and corporations should be able to make money. I understand where I'm at. I get that. You dig what I'm saying? But this is a bad look, not only for nursing, it's a bad look for education altogether. That's why they trying to get on top of this as quick as possible.
is the thing.
It's a bad look for education as a whole because they're saying that, and this is why they're not going to release the amount. I mean, honestly, and it's HIPAA law too. But now that's the study I want to see though. The amount of incidents that occurred with the fake nurses. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. How many of the fake nurses had incidents?
Now we got to start saying, "Can I see your nursing license? What school you
Don't
went to?"
matter. It could have been fake. You're going to
You
need to
got to
see
Google
the
the school, huh?
transcripts, the credentials, and all that.
That's a shame.
And I'm like, man. And look, here's the kicker, too. Here's another kicker. Can you imagine being a nurse going through school the traditional route? And your preceptor,
Jesus help.
and your preceptor was one of the ones who paid $15,000 for a diploma. What if they were actually good at the job though? That's what burns them. Because, and I know y'all probably think I'm caping for. I'm not. That was dumb. I'm not caping for. But I can look at it from all sides though. And I can see another side to it. Can you just imagine that though? I think that's crazy. That is wild. That's a wild thing to think about when you actually sit there and you think about it. Can you imagine your preceptor? You know, y'all sitting there at the nurse's station, y'all talking this whole thing. Uh-oh. Hunter left work today. He ain't show up. Hunter was your preceptor. And he is a good fake nurse. Good imposter. Hunter didn't show up today. Did Hunter go to Sienna? They coming. Oh yeah, they coming. This is crazy. I never thought this field could have so much drama. I never thought this field could have so much drama, but here we are. But yeah, they coming for them. They coming for all the fake nurses around.
Help them, Lord.
Oh, they coming. Boy, if I was one of them, boy, my stomach would be in knots. I wouldn't be able to sleep. Because whether you resign or not, you still done committed a crime.
A big one.
You done committed a crime for you practicing uh medicine or you practicing nursing under a false license. You could face up to 20 years in prison for that. You feel me? Like, so, whew, boy.
And then think about the ones that did hurt somebody, but they was covered because it was a nurse. And think about, because them doctors are cake for the nurses. I just seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And think about the ones and they found out that it really was a bad nurse.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen it in the nursing homes.
What's up, Brandon? Hey, if you are one of them fake nurses, I want to interview you.
There you go. I would never, don't ever incriminate yourself.
I want to interview you. We need the views. That's gonna give me 50,000 subs. If you are a fake nurse, hit me up. We can put a mask on your face. We can do a voice changer. We can figure all that out. But if you are a fake nurse, if you are a fake certified nurse, hit me up so we can get this interview popping. You dig? We need the views over here. I'm trying to retire from the bedside early. Let's get it. I'm calling all the fake nurses. I'm calling all the fake nurses right now. If you are a fake nurse, send me an email, cjkyles90@gmail.com, and we're going to get your interview popping. We're going to get your interview. I'm going to do you like Oprah. So what happened? What put you in a position to pay? First question I'm going to ask is, where did y'all get the money? Where'd the money come from? Then somebody else was saying this too. It was probably, they say it was a lot of immigrants, right? Somebody else was saying from Germany, this lady was a nurse, or she was a nurse practitioner in Germany, but it didn't, she couldn't practice over here. So she had to go to nursing school all over again.
Jesus. Help us, Lord. Like that man when I met at the airport, and he said he was pushing a wheelchair, but he said that he used to be an engineer in his country.
Yeah.
And then he said that job only would pay minimum wage.
Oh, at the airport?
Yeah, they said they make $7.25 minimum wage.
That's crazy. $9.25. That's gotta be.
I said, how can they do that?
That's crazy. Maybe because they get tips. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if you are one of them fake nurses, hit me up. Hit me up. Let's do an interview. Let's talk about it. I want to know what the process was like. I want to know why you thought it was okay, right? Or how you thought this was gonna actually not get, like how you were not going to get caught up in this. Like you thought they were never gonna find out, because you can't say that you didn't know. You didn't go to one class. Your transcripts were not real. You didn't do a clinical. You did. So there's no way you could not have known that this wasn't real. If you are a fake nurse, I will keep your identity a secret. I will keep your identity a secret. Hit me up so we can get this popping. We get this interview popping. Because I want to know. I want to know what was on your mind. I want to know why you thought you could get away with it. You did? Well, they probably thought they could get away with it because that nurse in Canada was practicing for 30-something years with a fake license. That's wild. Let me see. Shout out to Renee. Shout out to Brandon. Yeah, shout out to Maine. Yep. So, yeah, man. I want to know. I was going to turn my computer on and get the mic, all that. I ain't feel like doing all that. So I just want to come to y'all raw, straight from the hip. But if you're a fake nurse, man, let me check my email. Let me see if one of them hit me up yet. See if one of y'all hit me up yet. I'm about to see. That's wild. Hold on. I'm about to see y'all. Hold on. See if a fake. I heard my computer go ding, so maybe one of the fake nurses hit me up. What you think, babe? Babe, you think the fake nurse hit me up?
No, if they smart, they wouldn't. But they did pay $50 for a fake certificate.
Man, I just want to know where you got the money from.
If they was accredited, they probably was getting student loans.
Listen, we need the views over here. I'm trying to retire early from the bedside. Mm-hmm. Listen, you going down anyway. Why not help a brother out?
Don't incriminate yourself.
maybe they'll. And
if you do interview with one of them, do not tell me who it is, because I don't want to know nothing.
Oh, because you better believe the feds come knocking on my door.
Right, they gonna
asking who it is. Nigga, I'm snitching.
Don't tell me. I don't want to be canary, but.
Oh, I'll tell him. I ain't gonna hold you up.
Don't tell me, because I don't need nothing like that on my heart.
That's why I say, keep your identity a secret. We just want to know.
But they're going to have to email you from somewhere.
Right.
And then you're going to have to set up.
Yeah. Don't email me. Don't do that. I don't need all that pressure. I don't need that smoke. Because I'm straight up telling on you. I'll be like, it was Annie Mae. She said, this is her email. Don't let them put a reward on it. Mm-hmm. Nigga, let me find out they got a reward out. Nigga, I'm looking for all the fake nurses. All of them. I'm looking for every last one of them. I'm gonna be the fake nurse hunter. 25. Give me how much? How much should I charge?
For what?
To out the fake nurses. If I find out, 25,000 a pop. Give me 25 stacks of pop. I promise you, I'm telling who they are. I don't care. Heck yeah. But yeah, man. So that's all I want to say. I might do a live later on tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow morning talking about this. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's why they mad. That's why they mad. Because it just goes to show you that a lot of the stuff is learned on the floor. But I'm actually...
Let me find out one of them fake nurses.
They had to expose this story.
Let me find out. I'm getting me some cheddar.
What's up? What's up, Mr. Black? They had to expose this story, though, because if something was to really happen, though, that multiple millions of dollar lawsuits could have happened all over the country. That's why they had to expose this. They had to expose this story, because really they're trying to cover themselves at this point by getting on top of this, because that could have been a real catastrophe. It's already a catastrophe now, but it could have been real bad if they find out that somebody got actually hurt.
I told my mama about that. We about to get us something started, because I need to figure out one of them worked on me. Yeah.
For sure. If something would have happened to one of them patients for real, and now you got multiples, man, that's a disaster waiting to happen. That's why they trying to hurt out, and I bet they wish they could have did it quietly. But there's no way you could have did something like this quietly. It would have had to been exposed.
The reason they expose it is because they've probably been working on it for a year or two.
Yeah.
So once you expose something like that, then people start exposing themselves. Yep. So that means there's less people that they got to look for. Because not like that one you read me where they was trying to defend themselves. So she done told on herself. So that's one person they ain't got to look for.
Yep.
And people going to start telling. They're going to start saying different stuff. So that's why they expose it like that.
Yeah. That's a fact. And it's just not a good look. So they had to jump on top of this, even though it exposes the nature of schooling and why shouldn't, like, speaking from an LPN point of view, like why LPN school should not be a year long. Like, that's crazy, in my opinion. It should not be a year long. And this proves my point.
That's what I'm saying. I got to go to 6 years to get my master, so.
Right. And this proves the point. It's a business, and I get it, and I respect it, but there you go. Mr. Black say, starting LPN school in April. Any tips? Yeah, don't buy a fake diploma. That's the first tip. Don't buy a fake one. You better go through it like the rest of us. But nah, man, I would say eliminate all unnecessary distractions. Um, let the people in your life know that you finna be on lockdown for about a year. If you got a girl, let her know that I'm about to really be grinding, and see how she react. If she react all negatively, get rid of her. Um, stay focused on the books. I will always say stay like a week or two ahead of your assignments too, and start looking into the NCLEX now. So that way, like, be studying your NCLEX all while you in school. Do what you gotta do to pass your classes, but study for that NCLEX. That way, you ain't gotta wait 2 and 3 months and 3, 4 months like I did. Just start studying like now for the NCLEX. But that would be my advice. I still want to work full time though. I'm currently a CNA. Is it feasible? Yeah, you can do it. I did it. I wouldn't recommend it though.
And a girl.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. It's like, if you have to work, I understand. But if you don't have to work, I would probably just try to work as minimal as possible, because it's a lot. That's a lot, especially if you're doing like a straight LPN program. It's an accelerated program, and it's just a lot to deal with. So if you can, cool. But I'll say this: if you have to work nights, because at least at night, you said you were CNA. At least at night, get some downtime, some study time in. Patients ain't really up like that. You doing your checking changes and all that kind of stuff. Okay, it's 11 months. Yep, mine was 11 months too. So yeah, just you finna be on lockdown for 11 months, but that's all good. At least you ain't gonna be on lockdown like the fake nurses.
Oh Lord.
You dig? So make sure your school is accredited.
No, it was. Didn't you say that school was accredited?
I thought it was. Make sure they ain't trying to do no brown paper bag deal. You dig? Shoot. Make sure they real. Shoot. This shit is crazy, man. But nah, you got it though, man. I'm sure you're gonna do well. I'm sure you're gonna do well. Keep it real. How many of y'all would have, if y'all would have had the money right there? Keep it real. How many of y'all would have bought the degree? Keep it real. Keep it real. I can go straight to my RN. Should I? Yeah, I would. If I would have, I would. If I were you, yeah, I would go straight to the RN. Don't stop. Or if you do stop, stack your money and then go back. I mean, it's really depending on you and your scenario. If you got kids, or how old are you? You know what I'm saying? It don't matter how old you are, but like, do you got kids? It just depends on your situation. That's all. But if I could do it over again, I just would have went straight through. But I'm not complaining. But keep it real. How many of y'all would have bought that fake? Oh yeah, yeah. Just go. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, just go straight through. Knock it out.
But did you see this?
What?
That pastor said he went to hell and the demons will sing beyond the umbrella.
Yeah.
As a torture.
I saw that.
How you a pastor and you go to hell?
Right. Scamming.
My mama started cracking up when I told her that.
Man. But yeah, I know some of y'all would have. If y'all would have had the bread, some of y'all would have did it. Some of y'all would have did it. Don't be capping on this live. Some of y'all would have did it. Some of y'all have done worse crimes for less.
Man. That's something crazy though. Like, that's gonna follow them forever. Like,
don't cap. Some of y'all would have done it.
They not gonna get no healthcare job.
It's over.
They probably gonna get, if they convict them, because it's so many of them.
Man,
They about to delete all their license off the license board thing.
Y'all done made the block so hot,
they
boy.
probably about to put fake license next to it.
Boy, they finna make the NCLEX crazy, stupid, difficult, hard. Boy, they finna make the entrance exam to get into school crazy right now. Y'all done made the block so hot for nursing. It ain't even it with the shortage.
With the shortage, so now you about to take out another 7,600 nurses, so it's gonna be real tight.
Y'all done made the block so hot, boy. The block is hot. Fumbled the bag. Y'all should have done it the right way though. That's crazy. Y'all should have done it the right way. Y'all should have done it the right way. Cause this right here, like, and it's great. Like, what if they was really doing some, like, you probably got some ICU nurses, some fake ICU nurses up in there, some fake labor and delivery nurses. Like, you probably got nurses and specialties right now that never stepped foot in the school, only just to buy the diploma. That's wild when you think about it. What if some of them nurses went on to like be CRNAs and all that kind of stuff? That's the crazy part that you got to really think about. Man, this is a terrible, awful. Can you imagine that? But here's the thing, though. Can you imagine working so hard? Let's just say you a CRNA, and you always know in the back of your head that your nursing, your LPN or your RN nursing license was fake from the beginning, but you get like a real CRNA cert. I wonder, man, that's what.
So, but they passed the NCLEX though, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
right,
they actually passed the test.
Yes.
So even if they things are not real, but you need those things to be able to have
to take the test,
right? For the class to count. I mean, for the test to count.
But they passed the board though.
But they passed the state board test.
And that's why they mad.
And they got their license because of that passing. Because you can go to school and not get your license if you never take the NCLEX.
Right. That's what they mad at. They mad at the fact that they was passing. That's what they don't like. That's what they don't like. Cause it's man. What I tell y'all, I told you. Nurse school, especially LPN school, should not be no 11, 12 months. Some I heard 15. That is absurd amount of time.
You see 5 police officers beat that boy in Memphis. Everybody keeps saying they watched. I'm not watching that video.
I ain't see that.
My mama prayer group sent it to her.
Well, yeah, I'm about to get up off of here. I just had to get my 2 cents real quick. We're probably gonna deep dive more into this tomorrow in the morning. I think LPN school should be 3 months, 4 max.
3 months.
Yeah.
So like a trade.
Yes, it is a trade.
That's a career.
It's a career. Yeah, but you got trades are careers. Yeah, I think it should be 3 months, 4 at the and I mean at the max. You pushing it. You got what? So what? The average class is what? Maybe 12 weeks. So you get within your 12 weeks, you do your anatomy, your physiology.
I guess a trade could change your life, but I feel like with nursing, it's more so like because driving a truck, electric, plumbing, we need all that stuff. But I feel like nursing, somebody's life is in your hands almost.
Yeah, I agree. But
and that's why I think they make it more so. Make it longer because what's required of you is greater.
I think they make it longer because
just like mine, like I want to be a counselor, but you have to get your master's to be a counselor because what you got to learn about is you got to learn about family trauma, childhood trauma, adult trauma. You got to learn about all these different things that can affect a person in so many different ways. You gotta have that like in the back of your mind and still be able to talk to them and get them diagnosed, because you could diagnose a person and literally change their life. Like,
Yeah, but should that take 6 years?
I mean,
6 years.
I
Look at
think
all the
the
classes
reason
that
that
you got to take that have nothing to do.
yeah, I think the reason that they do it like that though is because when they expect so much out of you, they want you to be able to have that solid foundation. Because even if I build a house and I'm like, oh well, I know somebody that can throw up a house in 3 months, but versus somebody that throw it up in 12 and they do it so good, because that 3 might crumble. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, they want us to have like a solid foundation on something like that, because nurses, to me, and I'm not disrespecting anybody that's a doctor, that's a none of that, is the ones that actually interact with the patients. They do the most things with the patients, including families.
That's why I say the actual schooling and class time
Mm-hmm.
should be 3 months. You need your anatomy and physiology. You need your nursing math. I give you that. But the rest of the time should be spent on the floor,
Okay.
on
Yeah.
clinicals, learning.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff you mentioned could probably be learned on like a clinical if you did your clinicals, or if you, however y'all get y'all
Yeah.
experience.
We do that. We can do intern.
Right. The majority of it should be on the floor versus being in a classroom and taking unnecessary classes that you don't need. Why am I taking a drama class to satisfy uh, a school requirement that has nothing to do with nothing? Me taking a drama class has nothing to do with me being a nurse. Like that, nothing, absolutely nothing. So why am I taking that class? And some of the requirements that they require you to take, you gotta have a, what they say, like a math. Okay, uh, like a physiology. Yes, anatomy, physiology. Yes, that makes sense. But they, some other shit, music. Got to take music and art and all that dumbass shit. Like, you don't need that. It has nothing to do with what you're gonna do.
Just like when the baby cut his finger, right? And we was all panicking. We didn't know what to do. Like, he bleeding. And you just came and you held his finger up, put the pressure on it, and you stopped it. You was not like you wasn't like how we was acting.
I mean,
Because that showed perfection. You get what I'm saying? Like,
right. But you can learn that on the. I'm
I
not
guess you
saying
can
just
learn it
anybody
on the
can
floor.
learn it, but like you gonna
Yeah,
learn that doing it. Practice make perfect.
Practice
Yeah.
make perfect. But I just think the reason that I'm kind of outraged about what happened is because, to me, nurses is such a high profession, and for you to just disrespect it like that, I just feel like that's wrong. If you knew, now if you went to this school and
They knew. Oh, they knew.
And they said this is a program, we accredited, we get student loans, we get grants. This is our process of how to get the nursing license. Then as if you didn't know. But if you intentionally went and was like, oh, I'm just gonna pay $15,000, I ain't taking no classes, none of that stuff. I'm just gonna take the in class and then go and walk on these people's thing, knowing you got a fake transcript or fake certificate and work on people's families. Yeah. That's rude.
Yeah, they knew.
And unprofessional.
They knew. I mean, yeah, they 100% wrong. 100%
All
wrong.
these people working hard, nursing school, losing sleep. They got their kids and they going to school every day, all day, and you gonna sit up here and come in here with some fake stuff?
Nigga probably walked into the NCLEX room confident. Confident, like, nigga, I just hit a lick. I just got this $15K, paid for these transcripts. I'm about to study for 3 months, pass the board. Man, I know that got niggas hot right now. Hot.
That's rude.
I mean, that's
ain't gonna be doing it for doctors.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the restrictions to man, it's finna get crazy. The restrictions for school finna be so crazy as if it's not already crazy enough. This whole thing, y'all done made the block hot for so many people. So many people.
It's like nursing, social work, teacher. Those are life-changing careers. Like,
yeah.
You, like, if I diagnose somebody and I say they bipolar, schizophrenic, they got PTSD, and they commit a crime, they could get me to come testify and say, yeah, this was my patient, they deal with this, and that could get them off.
Yeah. Let me see. Lot. Let me see. Let me see. What would I recommend? Okay, so you said how long do I think it should be? I think you should have 3 months of class time, 3 months on the floor. 3 months of class time, 3 months on the floor. So about 6 months altogether for LPN school. Let me see. What book would you recommend for NCLEX? I would recommend U World. I use U World and I use Read My Review. If y'all got questions, drop them in the chat. Yeah, Read My Review and the Mark Clemick lectures. Um, yeah, y'all know they out here on the internet somewhere. But yeah, that's what I would recommend. Read My Review, U World. I think you should be straight because you use Read My Review for the content, and then you use U World to help you answer the questions. Like the Elsevier books is good too. I use the books too, and I use their questions, so that's good. I haven't seen the new edition ones though. Would you ever thought about being a PA, CJ? Nope, absolutely not. Let me see. Uh, Hey CJ, did your nursing LPN program require any prereqs required courses that you have to take before you can apply? Nah, because not before I could apply because they all were in the program. So when I did LPN school, we took A&P. Um, we didn't take a math class, but we had like math within the classes. So we had to take like a math test, and we had to get 100% on it. And let me tell you something. You talk about pressure. In the second semester, we found out that our school was closing. We found out that our school was closing. Well, first they changed the name of it because another school had bought them out. So like within like the first semester, they changed the name of the school. Then come second semester, I get a text message from one of my classmates, the school closing. What? So at the end of the semester, at the end of our year, the school was closing. So if we failed one class, it was done. There was no taking another class. It was no class to go back to. It was a wrap. Over. Finished. Finito. Out of here. Time's up. You're done. You talking about pressure? Bruh. That's pressure right there. Uh, and so another thing too, I would recommend you do is get your exit. Come up with an exit plan. Real talk. Uh, I mean, you got some people that love bedside nursing, and that's great. But I wouldn't recommend like a super long career in it. It's taxing to your body. Um, Let me see. Somebody else actually. What do you think about Cali nurses? Ever think about coming to Cali? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When I get my RN, I'm gonna definitely go out there and get that Cali money for sure. Absolutely. I'm gonna definitely go out there and get that Cali money.
They gonna need you now.
Man, y'all to make the block so hot. Nigga, to take the NCLEX, they gonna have to fingerprint you. Well, they already got your fingerprints, but when you do school, they already get your fingerprints. But you gonna have to do a fingerprints. They gonna do a cavity search. They gonna do all that. They sick of the games without playing. Y'all done messed it up. Shoot, they gonna want to know what you ate that day.
It's only gonna be starting school.
Right. Nigga. And on the news, they was talking about they tracking them down too. They was out in Oregon. They tracking down some nurses out in Oregon.
Whatever, many people, them people.
Bro, they made over $100 million doing this shit. 100 million, over 100 million, over $100 million doing this. Greedy. Hey, did you not think you wasn't gonna get caught?
Nope, they didn't.
And that's what I was telling my girl. I said, somebody in that room had to have been like, we're going to get caught eventually. We're going to get caught. We need to get in where we fit in and get the hell up out of Dodge.
You know how a thief keeps stealing stuff?
Right. But I know somebody in that room.
They go to jail. They'll get out and go back and steal again.
Man, I know somebody in that room said that this is all fine and dandy, but we're going to get caught. We need to find an exit plan now.
Ain't nobody said that.
We're going to get. They're going to catch you. It's inevitable. Somebody's going to tell. Somebody's going to snitch.
I had to buy all new.
Somebody going to do something.
Clothes. All new clothes. Because they didn't care.
Brandon said, I knew they made big money from that. Bruh, hundreds of millions. $100 million. Over $100 million. That's crazy. Let me see. Here we have 5 prereqs before we can apply to the LPN program. I got one left before I can apply and get in. Once I graduate, I want... Hold on. Let me see. It said once I graduate, I want to move. How you move? Should I work weekends and 16-hour shifts? While you in school? I mean, if you're going to work while you in school, I think that'll probably be the best. You could do 2 days out the week, get your 16 hours in, and then the rest of the 5 days you can study. You just go to school and study.
I keep thinking of stuff to put on my little cheat sheet for the trip. I gotta type of that itinerary.
And when she say cheat sheet, she don't mean with nursing.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, once you graduate. Oh heck yeah. Nigga, I'm trying to do 3, 4, 16s while you playing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I be around some of them seniors, they be on like 5 doubles in a row. And they working hard. I'm not saying you ain't working hard as a nurse. But you ain't working like them.
Man, I was thinking about that today when I was in there with my grandma. I said, I don't know how they do this for 12, 14 people every day, all day. There's no way.
I'm not saying you ain't working hard. You be busting your butt as a nurse, but you not working as hard as them physically. You not. I'm gonna keep it real. And it'd be seniors up in there busting 5, 6, 16.
Working. Getting it in.
Working. Hell yeah, someone was telling them had the exit strategy with them fake degrees, but the money was too good.
Money was too
good. But my
good.
thing is...
I said that. I told you that money got too good because they changed their lifestyle. So now you got a different lifestyle. So now you got to keep that money flowing so you can keep that lifestyle.
Yeah. Those CNAs a different breed. I volunteered one time and wow. Yeah. I was a CNA 3 months and I said, no way. I said, no way. No way. That's what I'm saying. Like, I said, no way. And shout out to all the CNAs out there. Like, that's why I got love for y'all. Like, a lot of, and I don't be understanding, like, some of these nurses, like, out here, they be really, like, they be really be on a high horse and really be disrespecting CNAs. No, my girl not a nurse. She is a social worker. But yeah, they be really disrespecting CNAs, and like CNAs are literally like the backbone of long-term care. Like let's not play games. Let's not play games. Like I'm not trying to do a CNA job. I will help. I don't mind helping. I always help. I toilet, I change people, I do all that kind of stuff. But doing a straight 12-hour shift as a CNA, nah, I ain't about that life. I can't. Now, when I was in assisted living, when I was a nurse, I could have did a whole shift as a nurse in assisted living. That was easy. That's why I don't understand why they complain in assisted living, because that wasn't nothing. That was literally easy. Easy money. And then I got to tell y'all the real reason why I left my assisted living job, but I'm going to wait till they send me my check first. Then I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all don't let me forget.
I cracked your cut too. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Don't let me forget, y'all. Let me see. If y'all got more questions, drop them in the chat. I'm probably gonna be on for like 15 more minutes, or at least until the food get done. Probably about 15 more minutes. So if y'all got questions, drop them in the chat.
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
Let me see. Underappreciated, overworked, underpaid. Crazy. Some of these CNAs can do it for years. That's what I'm saying, man. Like it be CNA, man. Look, I saw. Okay, so I was working in the trenches the other night, and it was a CNA, older black lady. I'm talking about she was barely making it. I felt so bad for her. I'm barely making it.
Just like I was to the nursing home when our grandma was in therapy, and so I went up to the station. I was like, "Can you tell me who her nurse is?" And she was like, "I'm her nurse." I'm not. I don't just. I'm like, "How? You older than her?"
Mm-hmm.
And then the young girl, because she couldn't handle my grandma, and my grandma ain't, big or nothing, but she just couldn't handle it. So they gave her to a younger girl. We come back, the younger girl then braided her hair, got her dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma, oh, this is my granddaughter. I'm like, that's your granddaughter.
Did you perform a lot of skills while working? No. It was pretty much babysitting. I'm gonna keep it real. You passed an assisted living? Oh. No, an assisted living. Because in assisted living, you're not really supposed to. It's not a skilled nursing facility, so it's not that you learning skills. I mean, performing skills. You know, the hardest thing about assisted living is dealing with entitled rich people. Mm. But even that's not that bad. But that's the hardest thing about assisted living. You're dealing with entitled rich people who believe that you don't know what you're doing and they could do it better, but they don't want to take care of them. That's what you have to expect working in assisted living as a nurse. Because they believe that a lot of people, one thing I've also found is that when you entitled and you have money, a lot of people are very delusional about their family members. Very delusional. They believe that they can do things that they can't do. And deep down, they know because that's why they're there. And that's why they put them there. But sometimes it's one thing I learned is that it's hard for a lot of people to let go. And it's hard for a lot of people to accept the realization that the mom or the dad that they once knew is not there. It's not there no more or has changed. And that's one thing about assisted living that I learned. Like denial is very real, delusion is very real. And you got to be empathetic towards those people because it's still their mother or their father at the end of the day. So you got to have some compassion when you're dealing with them. So that's what I found is probably like some of the most difficult things that you deal with because a lot of times you like a therapist for the most part, because a lot of the times you.
That's why I say foundation.
Yeah, But again, they didn't teach us that. I mean, you advocate for your patients and everything like that. But a lot of the times in assisted living, you treating the family members. And I don't know what it is about me, but like when family members see me, they love to tell me their life story. They love to share their whole life story. Stuff that don't got nothing to do with their parents. That may be in there. Just their life story and what's going on in their life. And that's, that comes with being a nurse sometimes. You people's therapist, you people's go-to person, all that kind of stuff, and I don't mind. So, but you will lose your skills working straight up in the assisted living. And I can't wait to tell y'all why I left this place, but they got to send me my check first before I do that. I can't wait to tell y'all. Let me see. Do you currently work long-term care? Yeah, I do. See, what was your worst and best experience as a nurse? Uh, my worst experience. I don't really know if I got a worst experience because I'm telling you, like my outlook is just different. Because I think the worst experience you can have is like when somebody
I'm
die.
trying to think of one.
When somebody die, but
Oh
like
yeah,
you
especially
get
when a lot of your patients died when you had
yeah.
COVID. That was a hard one when you went back and they weren't there.
So yeah, so probably like COVID. COVID because I had never seen that much death at one time. So that's probably like the worst experience, but the best experience is getting that check.
That's it. That's all.
No, but let me see. Like, I think my best experience is when like you talk to the people and you work with like old people. Like old people, they like walking history, and then like some of them just so funny. Like I had this lady, she was like 88 years old, like 88, 89 years old, and she was like, if I was 60 years younger, I would put it on you. And she straight up, in her right mind, all that kind of stuff. And it was the funniest thing, but I got to remain professional. And I'm like, Mrs. Such and Such, that's not appropriate. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's stuff like that that's pretty funny. Like, especially if you work in memory care. And, you
Yeah,
know,
no food.
I have fun with them. So,
You always, what that lady used to sing, them two ladies used to sing.
yeah, I'll be singing to them. I'll be joking with them and all that kind of stuff too. So you got to find the fun in it too, because if you just up in there with a bad attitude all the time, that's gonna make you miserable. That's gonna make it miserable. Let me see what y'all say. How much that check come out to? It came out all right. You gotta, you know. I think my first nursing check, like I'm trying to think. I think I did a video on that. But I think my first I think my first check was like $1,400, $1,500 for like. Oh yeah, I think so. When I first got my very first one, something like that. I wish I would have kept it, but yep, that was my first one. Well, yeah, man, this is crazy. This is really wild, though.
Nursing ain't no joke.
No, it ain't. It ain't. I need something good to watch on Netflix, y'all. I heard they got that one show called I think it's called A Good Nurse or something like that, and I think that nurse was going around offing people. It was like a real documentary. Y'all seen that? I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to check that out. But yeah, man. Yeah. If y'all got any more questions, you got about 7 more minutes to ask them because I'm about to get up off this joint. If you try New Amsterdam, I haven't seen that. I heard about that though. Y'all, let me tell y'all real quick though. Let me tell y'all real quick. So people are really going through stuff in the world, man. Like it's gonna get crazy out here. Homelessness is on the rise. They got camps set up with homeless people, bro. And inflation, the cost of food. If you have a chance to be in this industry, to be in this field, like you better count your blessings. You know what I'm saying? Like you better thank God that you're in it because this is one of the very few industries and one of the very few professions to where you can get quick money. You know what I'm saying? And if you make the right move, you stack money, you could be okay. It's a lot of people out here that's homeless, that's really struggling. And I know sometimes we take it for granted, but I don't take it for granted at all. For real. And the sad part is, even with all this opportunity in the field, and you like, and nurses who already got who got their real license and all that kind of stuff, it'll be a lot of people who still don't want to work, which is crazy. And you got people willing to risk their freedom to become a nurse, willing to risk their freedom to become a nurse.
Let me know when you ready to fix your plate.
Oh, it's done. All right, y'all. I'm about to go eat. It was fun chopping it up with y'all. Probably gonna do a show in the morning, so I'll let y'all in a minute. Peace.